Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with yet another commander, and yeah, I'm looking at a Satya Aetherflux Genius today. One blue, red and white for a 3/5 human artificer, menace and haste, and when Satya attacks, taps an attack token that's a copy of up to one other target non-token creature we control, get a couple of energy, and at the beginning of our next step, sacrifice that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm covering this card, considering it's the face card of one of the pre-con decks for MH3, and yeah, it's not a bad pre-con deck at all. So, however, the first draft I did with MH3, this is one of the special guest cards I got in the deck, and I really enjoyed playing it in my deck. And yeah, I did very well in the draft, thank you very much. Only a 2-1, but I'm happy with that on MTGO. And I've been thinking about building Satya ever since, and yeah, I thought, well, have a bit of a lux this week, let's think about this and let's hit Satya while I'm thinking about it. So this is how my take on Satya is going to look. Okay, starting at the beginning. Creature heavy, spell light, artifacts okay, then 36 lands. Now, there are reasons for this, because one of the things I wanted to try and abuse with Satya as much as I can is the comes into play abilities, and some of the other things I've put in are the ones we want to copy, and I'll try and keep them going as we go along. So, without further ado, kick off with Guide of Souls, because getting a little bit of life and energy as creatures in the battlefield seemed like a really good idea to me. Impulsive Pilferer, yes, this one's a little bit different. But we can copy the Impulsive Pilferer. We can pay an energy to keep it around if we need to. It's not that hard with Satya in play. But otherwise we can just let it die, let the token copy die and get a treasure token. Fine, live with that. Ethogeode Miner just gives us energy. And then we can flick it in and out if we need to at some stage. Conduit Goblin also comes in from MH3, it's battlefield 2 energy. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, pay an energy. If you do, you can give another target creature +1 and haste. Useful-ish, but it's still an energy producer, hence why it's here. Yeah, okay, it's a red deck, Dockside's here. Does work really well with Satya blinking copies of it in and out though, so bear that in mind. Generous Plunderer is also here because of the tokens it produces, and yeah, it's quite good fun to have this one in the deck. I'm starting to enjoy this one a little bit, more than the Dockside at the moment, so I'm still trying them out where I can together to see which one I prefer. Loyal Apprentice is one of the cards that, if we get a token copy of it, taps and attacking, will be the one I'm paying the 2 energy for, because having extra 1/1 flying Thopters every turn, as long as Satya's in play, seems good to me. Middlegate Gargoyle, energy producing. Whenever we attack, you may pay 2. When you do, target creature you control gains lifelink. Yep, a little bit way getting some life, but you do get an extra 1 each time you copy this with Satya, so makes sense. Tempest Harvester, card draw using energy, well, filtering, card draw and discard. Broadside Bombardiers. One thing I did notice with Satya, it copies all the mana effects as well, so yeah. Copying Broadside means you can sacrifice the copied Broadside. Hit something for 5 if you want to, or maybe it's got its in for its 2 with its menace and its haste. So yeah, really great. Works nicely in this deck. Can be taken out if you don't want to try and pick one up on MTGO though. Bear that in mind. Chrome Host Sea Shark, just so because we've got so many non-creature spells, we might have the incubate tokens in. That's the reason that's here, just so we have some extra blockers. Emissary of Soulfire, 3 energy, 2 energy, put an exalted counter on a creature we control, activate only as a sorcery. Really nice if you've got a backlog of energy, putting exalted counters on everything, then just attacking with Satya, who then becomes very hard to block because of the menace and the haste and the size that they'll become. Just be careful you haven't got to, someone with Death Touch creature out that you're attacking. That gets a little bit... Ugh. Anyway. Inspired Inventor comes in from the main MH3 set as well. 3 energy or a servo or +1/+1 counter, we need it. Kanji's Lieutenant enters the battlefield, or when it attacks, attacking creatures get +1 fly with flying, get +1/+1 until the end of the turn, and that's purely here for the encore and a little bit of flying. It's possible we'd pay the 3 energy to keep it around, but we'll see. But I just like it from the fact it's just the Lieutenant, and I thought it was quite a nice card. You can change this out and put something else in a lot more practical if you want to, however, so feel free to do so. Kinsblade Courier, another one when that enters the battlefield, you get put +1/+1 on target creature, another great copy target for Satya. Lanthu Helion, yes, we like to have the Helion around. Yeah, enters the battlefield, we get 2 energy, beginning your end step, sacrifice unless you pay 2 energy. Lovely one you can target with Sati if it's in play, because the second one, the copy, produces the 2 energy. You can let the copy die, keep the original one, and the end of the game is there. Loyal Drake, another one that I'll pay 3 energy for to keep around if we get a copy in play, because of the card draw. Sky Hunter Strike Force, don't necessarily need to keep this around. Other creatures you control have melee. If you can, great. If you can't, oh well. Trove Tracker, when it dies, draw a card. Nice target for Satya. Whirler Virtuoso is lovely again. 3 energy. Get 3 energy, get a Thopter, copy it with Satya, get 6 energy, it's great in a turn. Yeah, it's basically, we need to build up the energy, and it does work actually really well. Wildfire Awakener is because I'm still obsessed with this card. I still want to make it work in a game, and I'm sure I will at some stage, hence because I was playing something with red and white in the deck, it came in here. Unlike yesterday's deck, it could have gone into, and it didn't, because I was trying really hard to keep that on cat theme. Aetherstorm Rock, also in, it or another creature enters the battlefield, you get an energy. When it attacks, you get to pay 2. If you do, put +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to 1 target creature. Yes, thank you. Angelic Field Marshal, as long as you control your commander, it gets +2/+2 and gives everything else vigilance. Again, if you can copy it, great. If you can't, oh well. Loyal Unicorn, you don't need to copy to beware as well, but I like having the lieutenant creatures around, so this is why this one's here. Giving everything vigilance and preventing all the combat damage is very nice. Siege Gang Lieutenant, however, is one I would be happy to keep around and copy. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, you get a couple of goblin tokens, and you can sack goblins to ping people for 2 mana. Yes, please. We'll try and keep copies of this around, even if it does cost 4 energy to do so at the end of the turn. Spontaneous Artist enters the battlefield, we get an energy, then we can just pay energy to give creatures haste. I've put this in for the sake of the fact that I used to use it in a combo deck back in Kaladesh days in Standard, and it just brought back memories. This is one card you can drop if you want to, but yeah, no, like it too much for me to do so. Thriving Skyclaw, one of the new ones from MH3. You can make this cat dragon very big by paying the energy every turn quite easily. Thank you very much. Multiform Wonder, 5 mana for a 3/3 is not great, but the 3 extra energy quite nice. You can give it, pay an energy to give it flying, vigilance or lifelink, and then pay an extra energy to give it +2, -2 or -2, +2, depending what you need to do at that stage. So at the end of the day, not too sad. Voidstorm Angel, 3 energy from MH3 when it comes into play. Beginning of combat in your turn, you may pay 2. Then the Voidstorm Angel gets vigilance or lifelink, or other creatures we control get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Yeah, copy this, extra energy, keep on going. Ether Squall Ancient is part of the combo deck I was talking about earlier that I used to play in Standard. I just like the fact that you can play this and drop in, what, 8 energy into it, which you should have at that stage, to return everyone else's creatures to their hands, so you get complete alpha striking. Love it, it's fantastic. You probably wonder why Chroma Vision of Ixor's here. I just wanted to play a Chroma, haven't played her for a while. Yes, this is a card that can be easily taken out and replaced with something else in this deck, but at the end of the day, if we can get some things happening, yeah, maybe just the odd +1/+1 counter, so on and so forth, you know, we can do things with it, you know, especially if they got fly. It does help a little bit. Probably weak in this deck, but I love it too much, and I haven't played it for a while, so yeah, it does at the end of the day give at least +1/+1, well, +2/+2 to Sati in play, so Sati becomes a 5/7 because of the, you know, +1/+1. So yeah, it does have its advantages, but you can dump it if you want to and put something else in. No offense. Tyrant's Familiar, I will be hoping that I can pay 7 for every turn if I want to, and I want to do that around because it keeps 7 damage in play. It keeps going every turn, so hopefully we can have enough mana energy. Sorry, that when We have this in play, Satya copies it. We've got enough energy to keep the copy around. The next two cards, I don't mind if they die. I really don't. I'd like to get them into play. The Triniform and the Triplicate Titan both leave behind golems when they die. You'll never need to pay the 9 or 9 energy to keep the copies in play. You just let the copies die once you've got these in play, because as soon as you do, you start getting all the bonuses from them. So it might be an argument that you can yeah, they're both high effect, yeah, drop out a chroma and put in fabrication. You can get this in your hand from your library if you want to. It's an option. Spell wise, things that give us energy, so Galvanic Discharge, Jolted Awake, Ether Spike, Harness Lightning will be your main kill spell in the deck. Lightning Helix will take out other bits and pieces. I just went with Jessica's Will, just gives the chance to get some extra mana for 3 cards. Wheel of Potentials here because, why not? Each player may exile their hand and draw X cards. If X is 7 or more, you may play cards you owned exiled this way until the end of turn. Just notice it's a may. Not everybody has to wheel like the traditional wheels they do. Everyone can exile their hand and draw X cards, and if it's X is 7, you may play the cards you exiled. Bear that in mind. It is a lot of energy to put into something, but at the end of the day, if you've got a dead hand and if this is the card you draw, it's probably worth doing anyway, up to a certain amount. Don't know. See how much energy you got when you play it. Anyway, Glimmer of Genius, scry and draw. Confiscation Coup, choose an artifact creature, pay 4 energy, then you may pay an amount of energy equal to the permanent's mana cost and regain control of it. So expensive but good. And Localized Destruction, this is part of the actual deck that Satya comes with this, but this is just a whole Wrath of God for us. You get an energy, then you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, each creature you control with power equal to the amount of energy paid this turn gains indestructibility in the turn, and then you blow everything up. So you can save all your creatures with energy, otherwise you're just going to blow the whole board up. Thank you very much, like that plan. Artifacts, there's a few. Ramp, from that point of view, the Tantalite Talisman, the Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, the medallions are in to make everything cheaper, alongside the talismans. Okay, that's the ramp side taken care of. Inventor's Axe, because it gives us energy. 2 when it comes into play, be precise, and we can pay 2 to equip it to a creature if we need to, but it's just a cheap way of getting some energy on a flash thing. Decotion module, we get to get an energy every time a creature enters the battlefield under our control. We can bounce creatures if we want to and do it again, but yeah, extra energy is always good. Glass Blowers Puzzle Knot comes into play. We scry 2 and get 2 energy. Yep, okay, and then we can sack it off with 2 and a blue and scry again and get another 2 energy. Does help. We like energy. We do have another kind of creature a little bit further down in the Ethersphere Harvester, because I like this card and it's a vehicle. We can crew it quite easily for 1 and then get 2. We have 2 energy when it's a battlefield, and then pay a group energy to give it lifelink. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Dynavolt Tower gives us a bit more removal. Yes, it's 5 energy, so it's expensive, but casting some other instance gives us a little bit more energy. You can just take everything out and build around as you want to, but at the end of the day, with the energy we should be generating of Satya, it should be okay. Phyrexian Ironworks comes in from MH3. Whenever you attack, you get an energy. Pay 3 energy, create a 3/3 golem as a sorcery. Yeah, okay, that seems like a fair deal. Cope with that. One of the biggest payoffs for having this sort of energy plan in play, Aetherworks Marvel. Whenever a permanent you control is put in a graveyard, you get an energy, and then pay 6 energy. Yep. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast the card from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Right, Bespoke Battle Wagon. Tap it, get 2 energy. Tap it, pay 2 energy, tap target creature. Tap it, pay 3 energy, draw a card. Pay 4 energy, Bespoke Battle Wagon becomes an artifact creature till the end of the turn. Or you can just crew it for 4. Instant, repeatable energy creation for 4 mana that gives you 2 mana every turn. Thank you, I'll cope with that. Finally, stone idol generator coming in from the set itself. From the commander set for MH3, whenever you creature you control attacks, you get an energy, and then pay 6 energy, create a 6/12 colourless construct artifact creature token with trample. Activate only as a sorcery. Seemed like a good plan to me to finish off the deck. Rest of the deck, all the lands that you would expect for red, white and blue. One thing I will point out is that we do have an Ether Hub in here, because you might as well have a cheap way of getting completely coloured mana as long as you've got energy flowing around. Yeah, and that's here. And that is my own personal take on Satya. Bit longer video than I usually do, but I figured it's worth just talking through what's happening with Satya. Really love it. It's going to be great fun playing it. I'll be playing it on stream this week, and we'll be testing it out, make sure it works as well as it does. I have done a couple of play against myself games, and it works perfectly, so hopefully we'll see the same on stream. But for now, thanks for watching. Hopefully you can hit the subscribe button down below. Yesterday's video, when I recorded it, had 440. Someone's left, so we're back down to 439. So please, if you can, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what I've missed out, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.